Very good morning, students. Welcome back to first year of physics. So in the last class actually we finished about a problems on the basis of modulus of elasticities. So regarding modulus of elasticity, the problems are finished. What I want to say about a stress and strain curve. See, in this stress and strain curve, see, let us actually now we need to draw a graph related to the stress and strain. Usually, so the graph is related on the x-axis. Here we need to take strain. On the y-axis, here we need to take a stress. So that let us will draw the graph about a stress and strain. See, it is a y-axis and this is x-axis. Now, what I want to say, thing is strain you take on x-axis because the curve is stress and strain curve. It is a stress is taken like this. Suppose here the issue is, let us you take a one wire or you take any one body like a rubber band you take. Suppose the wire or the rod which is suspended freely from the rigid support like this. So one end, so other end is a free end, one end is to be fixed to the rigid supports. And come to the point is, here there must be a load added, that we can say weight is to be added or the load is to be added to the one end. Therefore, when there is a stress, we can call load added is nothing but there is a stress is applied, so that proportionally strain produces in the wire. And you remember the load must be added within the elastic limit. In the first situation I am telling, so suppose, so this given a wire or the given this one, there is a load added, the load must be within the elastic limit. So when there is a load added, therefore ultimately what happens, that body which is to be extension is produced, that must be within the elastic limit. There is a stress is applied, that is we can say load, therefore there will be an extension produced, that must be within the limit. That means when the removal of deformation, that means here a removal of weight, again the body regains its original size and shape. Which a body regains its original size and shape, we can call elastic bodies. Of course, now we are saying about elastic only. There is to be, when there is a load added, the load must be within the limit. Then after removal of deformation, therefore the body regains its original size and shape. So that it is regains its original size and shape is nothing but we can call it obeys the Hooke's law, because there must be a stress directly proportional to strain. The stress is applied, no, therefore that must strain produces in the given material and given a body. That mean here, that is to be we can call as the proportionality limit. That mean here Hooke's law, it obeys stress directly proportional to strain. So that by using the stress applied, there it is to be strain produced, it is a directly proportional. For the first situation we can say stress directly proportional to strain. That mean here it is obeys the Hooke's law, right? So here it is the graph will be represented as straight line. That is we can say O to A. The point we can call OA is nothing but a permanent proportionality limit. Proportionality limit. That means after removal of deformation, again the body regains its original size and shape. That's what we can say. The graph again retraced back in the direction of AO. So after removal of deformation I am saying. Now I want to say second situation. Say so for the some more load is added. Some more load. Remember here again the load must be within the limit. That's what we can call elastic limit. And there must be the load. See, in the first case we added some load, no? Let us increase a small amount, not more amount. There will be a small amount of load is increased, therefore there it is to be what happens, that again it is to be extension is produces. Extension is produces, and here after extension, after removal of deformation, you remember, the body regains its original size and shape, but it does not obey the Hooke's law, because once applied, there it is to be distance between the molecules is increases inside the body, that we cannot see. and after removal of deformation, of course it is regains, but it is not completely regains its original size and shape. That must be limit. The load added, that must be within the limit only. The load must be added within the limit. And here after removal of deformation, again the body regains its original size and shape, of course. That's what we can call it is a elastic limit. We can say it is a limit is there within the limit, because it is not breaks. Is it is breaks? No, it's not breaking. Just it is any stretching, or the stress produces the strain. That limit we can call elastic limit, and there it is to be, it is not directly proportional. No? Stress is not directly proportional. You say stress is not directly proportional to strain. That means here stress is not directly proportional in the sense is graph shows some, it is curve. Of course it is regains its original size and shape, we can say B. The point we can call OB. OB, because again it regains its original size and shape, which traces back like this. So the OB we can call as elastic limit. Is it okay now? Now come to the point is another one, yield point. Sir, what will be the yield? Of course, yield also same, we can say there is some more load added. So inside the body, inside the material, the distance between the molecules is increases, and there it is to be yield starts. Yield in the sense is it is to be slowly further load is not required to add, therefore it is to be slowly set into be permanent. We can also call as a permanent set. The yield starts at elastic limit only. Yield will start at elastic limit only. That's, it's a very important, note this point. See, yield will start at an elastic limit because there is a stress not directly proportional to strain. Nothing but a what? That is to be, it is to be yield is started at a point B only, at an elastic limit only, that yield is started. That we can call the T, sir, we can draw the graph like this is yield, or we can say permanent set P. Yes, of course, we can say permanent set, it is a P, or you can say it is a CP is the permanent set. CP we can call permanent set, and it is yield point also, because it here yield is started. Yield in the sense, I'll tell you one example. Suppose we are closing the tap, so that we'll get the final, after closing we'll get this like one line will get the line, no, water line will get one line, thin line will get, not thick. So that thin line is nothing but we can call yield. It is like it is a straight line will get a water line. So after that what happens when reaches to the bottom, then it is breaks, it is becomes a drops, that we can call breaking. Here also same thing, further no need to add any load after yield, after permanent set and after yield is started, after yield started, no need to add any load, no need to add. That is to be what happens, slowly it is to be increases, and finally what happens, it is increases and it is becomes break. The point which we can call as the breaking point, here you show a breaking point like a B. I want to say it is a breaking, no, something it is you say called D. So better you call it is a D, breaking point. Further no need to add it is, because the stress applied, strain produced in all points A, B, C, D. Each and every point you check it here, here strain is produced. The strain is here it is to be continuously stress applied, therefore at a one point it is to be what happens, definitely it is breaks. The point which we can call as the breaking point it is, because the further no need to add after yield no, not required to add any load, then the body it is to be slowly it is undercomes a yield, and after that it is breaks. The point we can call as a breaking point. Now I want to say you some other statements also related to this. Actually it is for 4 marks question in IPE. In our public examination they will give as IP 4 marks. You need to draw a graph and you need to explain these 4 points: proportionality limit, elastic limit, yield point and a breaking point. That's all. Now I want to say other statements also is there, that is we can say there is a we can say one more is related to, suppose there it is to be like it is the distance between the yield point and breaking point. The distance between the yield and breaking point is very large. That means breaking point is takes a large gap, so that the type of materials can be used to prepare. If there is a large gap is there between the breaking and you say yield point, say therefore the materials can be used to prepare. thin wires is nothing but we can call as the ductile metals. Ductile we can call, and there is a gap between the breaking and yield point is very less. If there is a very less gap is there, so therefore that materials cannot be prepared the thin, cannot be used to prepare the thin wires, so that we can call as a brittle metals. There is a brittle and one more is the ductile. See, ductile is nothing but there is a large gap. Brittle is nothing but there is a less gap between the yield and the break point. So that that points we can say one is a ductile, one more is a brittle. That's what we are preparing the like a gold. They are used to prepare the thin wires. Like goldsmith, they are used to prepare the thin wires. Like silver also they are preparing. Like we can take copper, etc., etc. Because there it is to be breaking and yield point is there is a huge gap is there. So when there is a huge gap, therefore that materials can be used to prepare the thin wires. It is about a related to the stress and strain curve. Stress and strain curve related graph. Clear? Now come to the point. Here it is. After this, there is another one experiment is there. That is the related to Young's modulus. Determination of Young's modulus. The question is, you take as the determination of Young's modulus. Right? See, actually there is an experiment we can call experiment is Searle's experiment. Right? We can call as the Searle's experiment. Sir, what will be this? Actually, we need to find a Young's modulus of a given a material of a wire. How we can find? Of course, there is an experiment. It is to be conducted by the Searle's. Now, Young's modulus formula we know. Y is equal to F by A into L by delta L. In this, F is nothing but a mg we can. So, Y is equal to mg by A into L by delta L. In this also, Y is equal to mg by pi r square into L by delta L. Instead of delta L, we take as E also, no problem. So, Y is equal to G pi r square L m by delta L. I want to say one thing. Young's modulus, in this G we know, of course acceleration due to gravity. L we know, length of the wire. Yes, we can by using the scale. Pi we know 3.14. R also we know, radius by using the screw gauge, or we can use by using the vernier or screw gauge. We can get the radius of the given material of the wire. And remain, we need to find a m by delta L. Sir, how will get the m by delta L? Of course, there is an experiment. We need to find a m by delta L, that the extension and as well as the load added. So this experiment is consist of a two wires, two material of a wire. The wires are same material. That means the same density will be there. The two wires are it is suspended from the rigid support. Yes, and the lengths are same, of course. And you say one wire is A, another wire is B. See, one we can take as the experimental wire, one we can take as the reference, any one. You want to go with this reference, yes, you take this A is the reference, or you want to say B is the reference, yes, you say B is the reference, or else you change the reverse also, no problem. Now come to the point. A is the one material of a wire, B is the same material of a wire, and both the wires are connected. Let us, actually this is an experiment related. See, it is to be connected to like one metal frames, two metal frames are connected like this, right? See this, it is an experimental wire you take as, this is an experimental wire, and it is you take as a reference wire. See, both the wires are suspended from the rigid support, and both ends are connected to metal strips, like the metal frames will be like this. You see, this is the one metal frame and another metal frames are fixed like this. I'll show you one like this, right? And meanwhile, there will be one spirit level is connected, spirit level, because this should be in the horizontal level. There is a spirit level, we need to check whether they are in the horizontal or not, therefore it is to be connected like this. And here here also one more is there, that is we can say there is a vernier scale is to be connected. To measure the length, vernier is to be connected like vernier, and this is to be connected to another experimental wire. We need to find the length in the experimental wire. Try to understand, experimental wire, our observation is only in the experimental wire only, not in the reference wire. Now let us, here both the ends actually free ends are there, right? Now let us you take here the at this end, now they are in the horizontal position. Let us you connect at this, actually we need to find a we need to find the extension in the B wire, no, so that your load to be added. So when there is a load is added, therefore when there is a load is added, there it is to be what happens in the experimental wire is to be extension is produces, and the load must be within the elastic limit. Try to understand, the load must be within the elastic limit. Load added, that is we can say M. Therefore in the wire there will be a extension is produced. Suppose the load, if I take like a load is some A1 is the load added, load increasing, we can also take like one tabular form, serial number, load added, you say load is increasing is 1 and decreasing is 1, and we can take average of these two, and after that M by delta L, that is extension produced. Now let us, I want to say first of all A1 load is added in the experimental wire. Ultimately what happens when there is a, initially they are in the horizontal position, no, initially they are in the horizontal, when there is a load added, therefore this may be stretches like this, because of in the experimental wire extension produced, because of extension produced, there it is to be stretches like this. So that now we need to measure the length by using the vernier, how much extension produced because of adding a load. So increasing load, no, I don't know how much it is, so that you write as the load increased, A1 you say measurement. And let us come to the point is, again you make it in a horizontal position by using a rock and pin. Here one pin will be there, so by using that pin, again you bring into the same horizontal position, right? Again you add some more load, again this will be stretches down, the load must be within the limit, that's what I mean. The load is to be added within the limit only. Again some more load added, therefore it is to be stretches down again, stretching down again, therefore again note down the reading by using the vernier, and again you make it in a horizontal position by using the pen, rock and pin, and you bring it to the horizontal position, you note down as the reading is A2. Like here we can take 3-4 readings, 3 or 4 readings to increase the load, so that here A2, you say A3 and A4 are taking the readings. Within the limit the load must be added. This is increasing, no? Now let us you go for the decreasing, that means you remove A4. See, when we are removing A4, look at, actually now after adding A4 both will be the horizontal, remain in the horizontal. Now you remove A4, therefore this wire will come down. Again you make it and you note down the reading in the vernier, and again you make it in a horizontal position by using a rock on pin, that will come again horizontal. Then you note down the one reading by using a vernier here. Like again you remove one more A3, yes, A3 you remove. Again this reference wire will come down. Again noted the reading in the vernier, yes, here you note down. After again you adjust it until the horizontal position, the spirit level should be in the horizontal, till that the pin is to be arranged, therefore that again will come the horizontal position. Then after you remove A2, again note down, and A1. So this, after getting this all values, after getting this M load will get, because we are adding the loads, no, you take a mean. After knowing this delta L also we will note it. Then after that draw a graph for the delta L and applied that one, so that the graph will be shows like this. After this graph is drawn for this, say applied load, that is M is taken, delta L is taken. So this, remember, load is to be added, there it is to be extension produces simultaneously in the same manner, is directly proportional. Here it is no doubt, because there is a load added, no, there will be an extension is produced, so that you say it is also we can say F, that is represented as a straight line. Straight line. Now we need to find a M by delta L, no, because we don't know M by delta L. See how much M is added, how much delta L is produced. So by taking the graph, So use this graph because it is a straight line is representation like this. Now you take a theta, this is represented as slope of the graph, small m is equal to tan theta we can say. So by using this tan theta or the slope of the graph is equal to m, that is m by delta L will get. So this opposite by adjacent, so that it is m by delta L. After knowing m by delta L, you substitute here, will get the Young's modulus of a given material of a wire. It is an experiment related to Searle's experiment explained by a Searle's. So to determination of Young's modulus of a given material of a wire. So this question related to LAQ actually in our material as given in our final examination, actually they will give as 4 marks. So that better you read this question from our material and go through this derivation, and you draw a graph as well as you draw a diagram, and you need to write this one. This experiment related to Young's modulus of a material of a wire by using a Searle's experiment. Is it okay? Right? So better you see in the materials, this question is given. That question is given as in LAQ. I will tell you the question number. Yes, in our materials. Open your materials. Expansion of solids. Mechanical properties of solids. Here it is given 262 page number. That the question is define Hooke's law of elasticity and describe the experiment to determine the Young's modulus of material of the wire. So that here you go through this diagram. This is given. So this is an explanation related to this question. Is it clear? So this is about a what? Related to the Young's modulus of a material of a wire by using a Searle's experiment. Okay, and here in the previous question 260 page number, that is behavior of wire under increasing the load, is 260 page number. Once you see, this is the question. So this is actually very important. You look at here how many years here it is given. In the previous, this was given is a very important question. The previous examination there was given. This question was very important. So load increasing, there are 4 points you need to write. Supposed to explain these 4 points, enough for 4 marks. Draw a graph as well as you explain that 4 points. What is happening by increasing the load? Is it okay now? So this is about a what? About a related to behavior of wire under increasing a load. Clear? So that here this is the today's class related to our Young's modulus of Searle's experiment. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you.